The scriptures declare that upon one occasion, when the angels of God came to present themselves before the Lord, Satan came also among them. Job 1 verse 6. Not to bow before the eternal King, but to further his own malicious designs against the righteous. With the same object, he is in attendance with men assembled for the worship of God. Though hidden from sight, he is working with all diligence to control the minds of the worshippers. Like a skillful general, he lays his plans beforehand. As he sees the messenger of God searching the scriptures, he takes note of the subject to be presented to the people. Then he employs all his cunning shrewdness so to control circumstances that the message may not reach those whom he is deceiving. On that very point, the one who most needs the warning will be urged into some business transaction which requires his presence, or will by some other means be prevented from hearing the words that might prove to him a savor of life unto life. Again, Satan sees the Lord's servants burdened because the spiritual darkness that enshrouds the people. He hears their earnest prayers for divine grace and power to break the spell of indifference, carelessness, and indolence. Then with renewed zeal, he piles his arts. He tempts men to the indulgence of appetite, or to some other form of self-gratification, and thus benumbs their sensibilities so that they fail to hear the very things which they most need to learn. Satan well knows that all whom he can lead to neglect prayer and the searching of the scriptures will be overcome by his attacks. Therefore, he invents every possible device to engross the mind. There has ever been a class professing godliness, who instead of following on to know the truth, make it their religion to seek some of character and error, of faith in those with whom they do not agree. Such are Satan's right-hand helpers. Accusers of the brethren are not few, and they are always active when God is at work and his servants are rendering him true homage. They will put a false coloring upon the words and acts of those who love and obey the truth. They will represent the most earnest, zealous, self-denying servants of Christ and deceive or deceivers. It is their work to misrepresent the motives of every true and noble deed, to circulate insinuations and arouse suspicions in the minds of the experienced. In every conceivable manner, they will seek to cause that which is pure and righteous to be regarded as foul and deceptive. But none need to be deceived concerning them. It may be readily seen whose children they are, whose example they follow, and whose work they do. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Matthew 7 verse 16. Their course resembles that of Satan, the envenomed slanderer, the accuser of our brethren. We can read that in Revelation 12 verse 10. The great deceiver has many agents ready to present any and every kind of error, to ensnare the soul's heresies, prepared to suit the varied taste and capacities of those whom he would ruin. It is his plan to bring into the church insincere and regenerate elements that will encourage doubt and unbelief, and hinder all desire to see the work of God advance and to advance with it. Many who have no real faith in God or His Word assent to some principles of truth and pass as Christians, and thus they are enabled to introduce their errors as scriptural doctrine.